Alright, you already know what it is. We're back with another elaboration banger. If you clicked on this video, it's because you want to learn about the pyramids of Giza. Of all the topics I've researched so far on the channel, this has been the most captivating. In this video, I've decided to take on the who, what, when, where, why, and how model to make sure I'm answering every single question about the spectacle that is the pyramids of Giza. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because it's time to learn, little bro. Starting off with the where, because it's the easiest. Where are the pyramids? We can knock this out real quick by denoting that the most well-known pyramids are in Giza, which is near Cairo, which is to the west of the Nile River in Egypt. We have the map right there, so now you know. Who built the pyramids? I liked learning about this one because the answer is the ancient Egyptians, and that seems obvious, but a lot of people in history books push the narrative that it was built by slaves. Archaeology actually shows strong evidence that all of the workers were Egyptian. In addition to that, these workers were fed better than most citizens, as the lead architect wanted workers in optimal conditions. So it paid in different ways to work on these pyramids. About the Great Pyramid. So pyramid building slowly became standardized in ancient Egypt, amounting to a total of 118 known pyramids being built. Since you all know what a pyramid is, though, I'll be focusing on the building of the most well-known pyramid, which is the Great Pyramid, depicted in this photo right here. The Great Pyramid is 481 feet tall, which rendered it the tallest structure in the world for 38 centuries, 3,800 years. Estimated amount of time, of course. The pyramid is comprised of 2.3 million blocks of limestone and granite, ranging from 2 to 80 tons. When I read this, I started laughing out loud. 2.3 million blocks. 2.3 million. They didn't even invent the wheel at this point. Oh my God. All sides of the pyramid are 755 feet long. And the discrepancy and the disparity in these sides is less than 2 inches. So that is absolute precision. Pyramid is aligned to be parallel to each direction on the compass. So the sides that are due north are due almost perfectly north, varying by a 20th of a single degree. And they did not have compasses back then. They had the stars. So that's how they align that. Almost precisely as well. The whole structure weighs about as much as 16 Empire State Buildings. You might be asking yourself, you might be Googling this, when were the pyramids made? Estimates say that they were made about 4,500 years ago, but I Google this and, it aims to the point of when the pyramid of Khufu, who was a pharaoh, a lot of pyramids were designated to different pharaohs. It's not entirely sure, and that's what you'll find a lot with the pyramids. Not everyone knows precisely when, where, how. All of these questions aren't perfectly answered, and that's what makes them so captivating. And we'll continue on. I'm not even to the most interesting part of the video. So the why, okay? Another commonly asked question is, why were the pyramids built? Did the creators of the pyramids have the same egotistical obsession with creating historical mass as we learned about in the Titanic video? Probably wasn't that. The leading theory, and well-respected theory, is that pyramids were made as a burial site for the pharaohs, as I mentioned before. But in recent years, they don't have any documentation of any pharaohs or anything being in these tombs. So the storyline went that, they imagined if they aligned everything perfectly with the stars, they could become one with the galaxy in their afterlife, and they did these blessings and what. But even that's not guaranteed. So again, another mystery of the pyramids. How were the pyramids built? This is the part where hopefully I sell you that this is something worth learning about. Hopefully it captivates you the most as well. The construction of the Great Pyramid took over 20 years with 25,000 workers. If they were to use that manpower today, it's estimated to take about 4 years, which is still a long time. But the ancient Egyptians had no access to cranes, bulldozers, chisels, and trucks. So how could they get all of this limestone and granite and transfer millions of blocks of it at an absurd weight? The Egyptians obtained most of the limestone from a nearby quarry, but they didn't even know how to forge iron at the time, so they used copper chisels to cut out the limestone. They also used granite in the structures, but since granite was less available, it was denoted that they floated granite down the Nile from over 600 miles away. So they had the material, but how do they move it? Theories state that they move the blocks with ropes and wetting of the sand to reduce friction. But at a certain point, you need to get the blocks off the ground and elevated and moved onto different surfaces. The king's chamber that was made for the king inside has 70-ton granite blocks placed on the ceiling strategically and accurately. The question is, how the fudge are blocks weighing dozens of tons being elevated to this height? Well, the answer that a lot of people go with is a ramp. And so they don't even know the type of ramp in these theories. They just think a ramp. So I've added these ramp depictions here. Some people thought they went straight from the side. Some people thought they looped it around. Even the ramp doesn't make that much sense, because when we look at mechanical advantage and leverage, the most steep the ramp could be is 10 degrees, meaning you would need a damn long ramp to make this happen, to move that sort of weight. And so there's no remnants of the ramp. And so this is where people are saying, how did they do it? And the portion of the how that captivates me the most is that there are theories that the ancient Egyptians utilized technology that is unbeknownst to us. A leading theory is that we're possibly able to manipulate sound and vibrations to move objects, and a lot of this research coincides with the research of Nikola Tesla, one of the most intellectual physicists of all time. To this day, it is not known how the pyramids were built so precisely. Getting into the takeaways, and this is one that I look forward to. This is one of those things that allows us to open our minds, and I like that. I hope you enjoy that I've added Rogan and some other conspiracy theorist guys here, because we think of things so one-dimensionally sometimes, and the pyramids are an opportunity to open our minds. They speak of an ancient apocalypse where about 12,000 years ago, some sort of catastrophe happened that wiped the planet as we know it, resetting us back to the Stone Age, essentially. And in that happening, our version of technology is now the current version of technology. We understand technology to a certain degree. We understand phones and all of these amazing things. But that's only one form of technology. There is a possibility for entirely different routes and avenues of technology using protons and neutrons and gravity and physics and all of these things that we don't even know about yet, because we are oriented to our own types of knowledge. We don't know. We don't know how this was made, and that's a beautiful thing. The uncertainties of the world are a beautiful thing because it gives us the opportunity to learn, and it motivates us to continue seeking knowledge. I would strongly advise watching this podcast right here with Rogan and them. You might have noticed that I don't have a fun fact for this video. I think I'm doing away with the fun facts because my shorts will now function as fun facts. So if you need your fun facts on these topics, check out my shorts. I'm also going to start shouting out the person who gave me ideas for each given video that I've posted. And this one was given to me by Harry Mills, a dear friend. So if I take one of your ideas and I turn it into an elaboration video, I will shout you out at the end because you deserve it. I appreciate all the support. This channel is going to the moon. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you learned about the pyramids. This was an awesome topic to learn about. It's truly a wonder of the world. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.